Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're live, baby. That's right. And we're going to be looking through Harvey Kurtzman's Help, issue number 9. So if you have not already, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Make sure to leave a little comment in the chat, and I can say what up to you shortly. Before we get started on all of that, though, I do want to say a hearty thank you to those people that support me. What am I looking for? On Patreon. If you want to support the channel in a way other than hitting subscribe and like and leaving comments, you can go to patreon.com/flippinthrough. And if you do, I'm going to get you send off in the mail, U.S. Postal Service, a nice little sticker pack, some mad cards, and it's really fun stuff. Anyway, I want to say thank you to those people who do support me. I have a brand new supporter on Patreon, a patron, David Strickler. Welcome, bro. Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Ed Meisinger, Doug Guilford, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead, Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Kyle Bridget. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I hope I can keep on earning it. We got eight people tuning in. That's Spy vs. Spy on Xbox numbers, just so you know. So that's nothing to thumb your nose at. 8 people on YouTube. Hey, let's check in on those people that are watching right now. Look, Little Cozy Nostril. By the way, Ed, how's your mom? I don't know what that is pertaining to. Kingston Clark, hello. Nice to see you coming back again, bro. Sketchy Works. This stream has been 3 mouths. Do you mean 3 months in the making, or do you mean 3 mouths in the making? Either way, I'm not sure I understand. I did talk about going through this quite a while back, though. Kingston Clark again. I just happened to be reading Mad Spoof Star Wars when it started. Yeah, I think I got a copy of that. I think that's one of those that the Mad Spoof Star Wars and then also the Mad Holiday Special. They just inexplicably show up from time to time at the newsstand. I don't really think Mad is in charge of those. I mean, obviously they are, but it's not. They're not treated like normal magazines. Demir, hello and welcome. Glad that you came back after that horrible live stream last time. Laurel and Hardy, thank you. Hello, Harvey. Nice to see you again too, bro. Cam Hayden, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Little Cozy Nostril, you're welcome. Very good. Now, make sure you don't get on Kyle's bad side, Little Cozy Nostril, because he will ban you inexplicably. And there's nothing I can do about it, to be honest. Andre, hello, salutations. Hail, fellow, well met. Mark Wolf, how do you do? Great to see you. Let's see. Months, dumb autocorrect. Also, hi, hello to you, and how's your mom, Ed, is a reference to the original Mad Comics. See, that's why I need you guys here. I don't know if you guys realize that. Half of my knowledge actually comes from the people who leave comments on my channel. So if you guys aren't here, I'm literally half as smart as I normally would be. And look at, and then he copies what Demir said. You know, he can't even come up with his own thing. I dare him. Don't dare him. Don't do it, Mark. I'm telling you, Kyle's gone mad with power. Indeed, mad with power. Anyway, I wanted to, or here, let's go overhead. Yeah. Zoop. Here we go. Harvey Kurtzman's Help. This is the name of the game this evening. Oh, before we do that, if you're curious about supporting me on Patreon, this is what you can expect. Flipping through, channel logo, Potter ZB System of Weights and Measures, and then Max Korn was here. This is a transparent one. I like to, when I go to the bathroom, not at my house, like in strange places, slap that on the stall. Let people know Max Korn was here. Anyway, so Harvey Kurtzman's Help. This is a book that, I think I got this from Bradford Smith. This is in that Mondo care package that he sent quite a while ago at this point. And I've never heard of this. Like so many other things that I receive, these other comedic magazines like this, Nuts, never heard of Nuts either. And Harvey Kurtzman, he was hard at work. I knew that after he left Mad Magazine, he got up to some different things like Humbug and Trump, I believe, was one of them. Maybe there was something else. But Help, of course, was one of those. And this is branded Harvey Kurtzman's Help. Now, what I find interesting about that, and perhaps other people do too, is like, was Harvey, like when I think of Harvey Kurtzman's Help, I think, well, Harvey Kurtzman, that name must have had pull, right? So I'm wondering, like, how popular was Harvey Kurtzman at this point in time? I mean, he did humor magazines, right? So that just sort of surprises me. I'm trying to think of, like, I can only think of it as like with movies, right? I'm going to do this because I for once I know the answer to a question. Panic was not his. Panic was the guy whose name starts with F, who took Harvey's job eventually at Mad Magazine. But he had started, the Panic was the only official or licensed Mad knockoff to exist. And so that was not Harvey Kurtzman. Why can't I remember that guy's name? Shoot. Feldstein, yeah. Al Feldstein, thank you. So... That's what you get. Why would you ask him that? Why would you do that to yourself? Oh, my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, that was Al Feldstein that did that one. But then he eventually took over Mad Magazine when Harvey Kurtzman left, was pushed out. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to do a little bit of research, which is not normally what I do. Anybody who watches the show knows this. I'm not one who does much research. But I wanted to get an idea of what Help was before I dug into it. So I typed it into Wikipedia. That's the extent of what I did. So Help was an American satire magazine. Wait, get out of here. It was published by James Warren from 1960 to 65. It was Harvey Kurtzman's longest-running magazine project after leaving Mad and EC Publications. And during its 5 years of operation, it was chronically underfunded, yet innovative. Pardon me. In starting Help, he brought in several artists from Mad, including Will Elder, Jack Davis, John Severin, and Al Jaffe. His assistants, Charles Alverson, never heard of him. Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam is... part of Monty Python and a fantastic director. He directed one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Brazil. Gloria Steinem? That's funny. That's unexpected. It's not funny. It's like, all right. The last who was helpful in gathering the celebrity comedians who appeared on the covers and the fumetti strips. What is a fumetti? Fumetti. Here, I gotta look over here. Photo comics. Great. You guys know how I feel about captions on photographs. Among the little-known performers in the Fumetti were John Cleese, Woody Allen, Milt Kamen, never heard of him, Orson Bean, I've heard of that guy. All right, so that's kind of cool. Gilliam met Cleese for the first time, resulting in their collaboration years later on Monty Python's Flying Circus. That's really cool. All right, so hopefully, I don't know. All right, I'm going to get out of here now. I'm pretty excited about this. I don't know if this is one that Gilliam had a hand in, but that kind of excites me. This is an early on one. This is from... They said it, what does it run, 1960 to 1965? This is April 1961. So this is, and it says number 9. So the 9th issue overall. Oh man, we got more people filing in. 11 viewers. If you have not already, please make sure to hit that thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment also. Oof. Oh my goodness. That was a deep cut right there. That one went right to the bone. Anyway, Harvey Kurtzman's help. Phil Ford, Mimi Hines, Ray Bradbury. I really like Ray Bradbury. Will Elder and George Kurgo. Ray Bradbury, that's a name that appears with in EC comics. They would attribute stories to Ray Bradbury. And I was always curious how much of that was him writing it or them just like saying, hey, we want to adapt this. Here's some money and we'll give you credit for that. So, okay, what's the joke on the cover? The joke on the cover, I don't get either. It's just, so for an April kiss, see page 1. And I think that we're going to get a kiss from this lady. And he's so happy. He wants to kiss her. April Fool. And it's a Hershey's kiss. This is one of those where in 1960, probably an original joke. I'm going to assume that it was an original joke. Yeah. All right, I'm getting lost in the chat. I'm going to stop doing that. I don't know. All right. Oh, this is kind of here. I gotta zoom in. Guys, I was pricing out cameras because I got to get a zoom. I got to get something that I can actually zoom smoothly. This is help. This is help. This is help. So this has. Where's the screwdriver? Here we go. Sorry, guys. This has, of course, I love that suicide humor. So this is great. This is help. This is help. This is pretty amusing, I would say, as an opening gag. So here's that gal eating an April Fool's kiss. What do you mean everyone else in here is a monkey? So it's like we're 3 pages in, and we get... Yeah, we're 3 pages in, and then on the 4th page, we actually get the table of contents, which is a little... That's strange, right? Is it? I don't know. It feels strange compared to a Mad Magazine where you open it up and the vital features and everything were right there. And if, like, this is a strange setup for the vital features. Not vital for a table of contents. So here we have, let's see, zoom in. Zoop. All right, so editor, Harvey Kurtzman, publisher James Warren, assistant editor Gloria Steinem. Okay, this is during the Steinem era. Contributing editor George Kurgo. Production Harry Chester. There we go. So we have Ford and Hines. Brotherly Love by George Kurgo. Gam Wilson. I kind of like this where it's a picture and then it says who did it. Then you have like this right here where it's just a snapshot from it. You don't really know unless you are really good at identifying who the artists are. Here's some Paul Coker Jr. art. Lovely to see. Lauren, I don't know. This is like an Italian. That's what I'm going to say. And then I'm assuming maybe that's like maybe that is the fumetti. A fumetti. I forget who I was talking to. It may have been Kyle Bridget. We were talking about the photo comics from Europe. Holy smokes. What is this? 4 months ago, we reprinted some Little Nemo comic strips, and your reaction was so enthusiastic. We're going back to press. Creator Winsor McKay was one of the first comic strip artists in America, and one of the best. No other cartoonist, past or present, has been able to equal his humorous, graphic trickery. So this is just excerpts, just 2 pages from Little Nemo. And is it like part of the story? I don't know. So here he is, and okay, so maybe I'm not familiar with Little Nemo, so I apologize if this is frustrating or painful for you to watch. But I mean, was this like what is that called? When like not eminent domain, like, and not free domain. It's like John Carter of Mars. Like, anybody could write a John Carter of Mars story because it was written in like 1912, and nobody owns it anymore. What is that called? Public domain. That's what it is. Here, I'm going to zoom in because I mean, this is pretty fantastic artwork, and it's like I said, I don't know much about this, but it reminds me of like a European style. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I look at it and I think like this is a comic from Europe for sure. I would not guess that this was an American one. This is pretty fantastic. Look at the draftsmanship on like the cityscape and everything. It's just, that's something else, man. That's really, really cool. And these buildings, holy cow. That's like, I'm just kind of fascinated with the fact that, yeah. Public domain. Especially 19th century cartoons. All right. So yeah, maybe it was, maybe it was public domain then. I mean, like, what are they going to do? I guess pay for it. Oh, look at, so they got a lot of these where it's like the photographs with captions. All right, what's this guy saying? Sorry, son, they say they're sick of trinkets. Get it? I'm not sure I do. I guess maybe they don't just want to take a scalp. They want to do something more. I now pronounce you thee Cain and Abel. And this is from Cary Grant and Robert Mitchum in The Grass is Greener. Okay. Editor's preface. Oh my gosh. All right. This is weird. Isn't this weird? Editor's preface. Like, I guess every time I react to this, I'm reacting to it because it is not Mad Magazine. All right. So maybe it's normal for other magazines to have stuff like this. I think it was Samuel Goldwyn who, when opining on movies with morals, said the following immortal words: "You want to send a message? Call Western Union." In charting the course of help, we have kept this deathless axiom before us, confining more of our messages to telegrams than we might have liked. In the last 4 issues, however, we have done a kind of cartoon article that Mr. Golden might have consigned to the telegraph office. We've been sending cartoonists on assignment to places of interest for their cartoon impressions. To date, we've given a Cuban assignment, January, a Broadway assignment, February, a Berlin assignment, March, and, in this issue, an assignment in a ladies' Turkish bath. Next month, we'll have a cartoon article on the new look in Washington. So that's kind of interesting. I think one thing that I'm ragging on Matt a lot about is like the political stuff. I like silly Billy humor. I like slapstick. I just don't like the political humor, except when I do like it. And then I'm hypocritical, but I don't care. And so it seems to me that that's what he's saying is like, with this magazine, we're just in it for the yucks, guys. when she isn't making with the gimpy eye or rubber facing like on the cover. Mimi Hines is a good-looking dish, one of those rare females who can mug like Red Skelton and yet be feminine and sexy. Phil Ford, mastermind of the team, posed for us with his wife, Mimi, between acts at New York's Copacabana. Fumetti, our Fumetti photo picture story on page 9, starring Hines and Ford, was shot at the pad of assistant editor and beatnik Gloria Steinem, and with as unlikely a group of beatniks as you might imagine, including author of the story and New Yorker cartoonist Ed Fisher, also Tom Meehan magazine writer. Okay. This is interesting. Oh, we are pleased to brag here about our latest fan, author Ray Bradbury, who writes to us from California. I found help delightful. I love the sort of photographs that you are using from old films with captions. I found many of the cartoons more than amusing also. I wish you luck with the magazine. In fact, as a result of it, I have status with my 11 and 9-year-old daughters who otherwise would only see the four corners on Daddy. I don't understand that. Wait a second. Is it because of that letter that they put him on the cover? That's pretty funny. All right, let's see. Now, I guess like the thing with photographs and like doing the captions on them, it's like when it was themed, like with in Mad Magazine, there was always like sports related things where it would be like a boxing match, and then they would be taking these stills from the boxing match and just doing captions for them. That's not funny. But with things like in Freaky Magazine, I think it was like Freaky Magazine number 3, they had done something with captions on photos, but it was like stills from a really, really weird movie. I forget what movie it was. It was the one that one of us. And so I kind of like that, where it's like I like bizarre photos more than stills like that. I don't know. All right, I got to go back to the chat. This is getting out of hand. Let's see. They always ended with Nemo waking up. Yeah, Sleepy Nemo. That's what we called him. The recurring characters and an evolving world. It's too dry. Reading it in the bath. Patrick likes this. I do like this. All right. Phil Ford and Mimi Hines in The Pygmalion Bit by Ed Fisher with assorted beatniks as assorted beatniks and David Clark as Mr. Littleton and photography by Ron Harris. Okay, so this is my first foray into Fumetti, which is going to be different than just captions on photos, right? Because the photos are to tell a story. I'm Liz Littleton. This is the way I looked the night Professor Henry... What did Professor Henry do? Found me. I was one of the underprivileged, rich, overeducated, narrowly confined in my interest to such things as the fine arts, philosophy, politics, history, travel, etc. A typical lost waif. I was on my way home from the opera when this man, Professor Henry, struck up a conversation with me. But how did you know I went to Sarah Lawrence? And that I live in Westport? I happen to be something of an expert on the folk ways of Squaresville, chick. I dig the jargon of all the leading morgues of progressive education. Also, I dig the New Haven schedules. That's my bagel string, or job, as you'd call it. Your job, investigating people like me? Say, rather interpreting, through the medium of Zen poetry, for the benefit of the fortunate hip downtown, to whom your ways are as inscrutable as the pandicts of Justinian. I don't know what those words mean. I often stake out up here to geek up new material. You guys. This is Fumetti is interesting. That's what I'm going to say. All right? Fumetti is interesting. I don't know if 1960s Fumetti is for me. Oh, dang. Yeah, the movie I am thinking about is Freaks, and it's Kelsey Shannon. Wonderful for you to stop by. Thank you so much. I had no idea this mag was a thing, and it's Kurtzman, the longest running. What a find. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, and we'll see if I buy more issues of it. I'm kind of on the fence, but it's like, I mean, of course, things like this, like the Fumetti probably reads a little bit better when you're on the toilet or something. But god damn, this is like a long thing. This is not exactly how I expected this magazine to be. It's more like a magazine. Yeah, Google Gobble, one of us, exactly. All right, I need cartoons. That's what I need. Then the man asked me which pile of wash was whiter. This is what I'm into right here. I don't know who this artist is, though. Christ. The Wily Trapper. Classic maneuver. Very good. This all looks good to me. Gam Wilson. It's not Graham, it's Gaham? Is it? How do you pronounce that name? This is like, it's a strange style. I really like the guy, but that tiger is something else. No, darling, you've got to wash before you kill yourself. Here we have televiewers. Is that Ghastly Graham Wilson? But that's not, it's not, there's not an Gayan. It's pronounced gay. Shut all right, hold on. I'm gonna, listen, I'm doing research, guys, okay? Hold on. Give me 1 second, all right? All right, that's from the New Yorker. I don't have time for the New Yorker. I don't have time to read. Are you kidding me? All right. I gotta figure this out, guys. Hold on. I know this is riveting, right? Here, let's... Oh, maybe I'll just do images. Booyah. Oh, I've seen this style. I've seen this guy's work before. But this is, so this must have been like his real early things. You know why I like tools? Because they fix things. You tear down a motor, see the problem, and abracadabra, it's fixed. The Toolman Taylor. Yeah, that is true. Wait, what is this? Wilson did great horror jokes in Playboy while everyone else did nude ones. I feel like I've seen his later work. Like I've seen the New Yorker stuff. My listen, I don't want to brag, but my parents had a subscription to the New Yorker, okay? So I've seen his stuff from that era, but not this. This obviously was his earlier stuff. I think Graham Wilson cartoon was reprinted in Playboy. But it's not, there's no R. I know you want to write Graham or something. Like, that's what I want to say. We'll wait for 2 hours till you watch the Gahan Wilson documentary. Thank you. Wait, well, where is the documentary? All right. Well, at least I recognized him as a talent, all right? So I could be a talent scout for cartoonists. Oh, more words? And here we build up communist Chinese utopia called Disneyland. Bang. I like, honestly, like this, the photo stuff is just so hit or miss with me, but it's mostly miss. I gotta say, I don't want to be like I don't want to like go get all like Dave Bergian and start bitching about that, but save your dough, Jack. No dames. Three Evil Towns That Never Were, Except on Celluloid by Will Elder. I really like this. Oh, man. Okay, these are going to be fun to look at. Hold on. Three Evil Towns That Never Were. All right. Let's really zoom in on this. We'll start from the bottom on this way and work our way up. That's what we'll do. Oh. Look at this. Everybody's got a smoke. Even the little kid's got a cigarette going. A stranger, eh? Let's go get a rope, boys. So all these like horrible people. Oh, I didn't say the name of this town. The name of this town is Rottenville. We got this guy popping a cap in Grandma. What a lovely illustration. This is one of those times where it's like, I wish I knew more about art so that I could say something that was like worthwhile while we're looking at this, but I just love it. It's just, he has such a great style. I don't know, man. Let's move over to Secretsville. So Secretsville, watch out for B.O. and then the plane gets shot down. L&M has found the secret. I'll have to read this because this camera isn't... I don't think this is legible. It says Undertaker, for members only. Also, Underwriter. Family Tavern, closed, death in the family. Everybody's whispering. I think it's just what's just so fascinating is the I don't know, there is no story to it, right? The only story that exists for this, it's the title and then this one caption: the strangers asking questions about Joe Sakano. And then look at, you have like this woman being dragged off, you have the copper leaving, these guys whispering. Running off of the telephone booth. The mother covering the child's eyes. The mailman is just burning mail. I don't know. It's just bizarre. All right, you guys ready for the last one? Elder did Goodman Beaver in this full-page style, which is in that Executives comic book I sent you. Yes, it is. I forgot. I need to do that. Those are harder to flip through, though, because they have the spine and stuff. You got to, like, practically crack them. What is this one? Fearsburg. Fearsburg, the caption is, no one talks back to me, stranger. I run this town. John Fears Youth Camp. Okay, even the dog. Look at that. The dog's postures. God, the kid has pissed himself. There's always an old lady. There's always an old lady in them. Look at, she's like cheering him on, and the cops are just beating her. And look at this old lady. She's running to marry him. And look at, oh, this old lady's trying to tell him about John. Look at that. What a fun thing to carry through all of them. This is kind of what it'll be like, but instead of like John Fears, it'll be like Jeff Bezos. So like Jeff Bezos Food Mart. Got that. All right. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's a swastika right there, and it says John Fears Armband Company. John Fears Bank and Trust. John Fears, brain surgeon. This is something else. And look at, he's torn the book of ideology in twain. I really like that. I feel like those 3 pages were, that was worth the price of admission. Whose face is on the balloon? I mean, that kind of looks Kurtzman-y, but I think it's supposed to be his face. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I could be wrong, though. We got 16 people watching. 16 people watching. Hey, if you're just tuning in now, check this out. We're looking at Harvey Kurtzman Help for Troubled Minds, or Tired Minds. I can't read. And if you have not already, if you've been watching and I haven't reminded you in quite some time, hey, think about hitting that thumbs up button right down there at the bottom. And if you're here again, hey, consider subscribing. That'd be pretty cool, right? I think so. Right now we got 8 thumbs up, and that's pretty legit. So thank you guys so much. Oh, cool. You're live. Help. The one Kurtzman publication I still know nothing about. Hey, we are in the same, we're in the same boat, man. I know nothing about it also. And I am just tuning in now. Kingston Clark is, again, making excuses as to why he hasn't hit thumbs up yet. All right. Don't want to hear it, bro. Wisdom, you got to, Sticks McFly, if you have missed out on, the beginning part of this, I just went over some Will Elder pages, and if you are a fan of Will Elder, they're beautiful. Otherwise, you didn't really miss out on much, if I'm being honest. Wisdom to live by, Wisdom to Live By, end of thought, by John G. Fuller. Prevention in no way alters the absolutes without which accomplishment cannot succeed. The imposition of variance can often provoke. The variants of imposition are legion. These are just like nonsense sentences. Ideology is to genuine sensitivity as reflections are to capabilities. Oh my God. So the place I work at, everybody has these little inspirational quotes for their email handles. It'll say their name and what they do, and then they'll have a quote by like Maya Angelou. You know, it's like, you'll remember how people made you feel or something. I think I'm going to put one of these as mine. What is moral is the orchestration of platitudes. What is the orchestration of platitudes is functional. The dark night of the soul follows neither instruction nor the sentient adult. In the survival of caprice lies the perfection of uniformity. He is less remote from censure who find the pain of little ignorance. Wisdom suffers only when triumph meets conviction. Oh my goodness. That is... All right. I mean, I'm not going to lie, guys. I was a little bit disappointed by this. until like the last few pages. Hey, I got a question. I shared this video at crack.com forum. Dave Wong likes it. David Wong? The guy who wrote John Dies at the End? David Wong? That's crazy. He does not like it. What about nuts? What about nut? Is that nut? This nuts? Is this nut the nuts you're talking about? That's not possible. That's not a Harvey Kurtzman book, is it? No. There must be another nuts. That must be it. And here we have a beautiful... This is like another... This is not an American cartoonist. I'm saying that based on... I don't know. That's just conjecture. But for some reason, it just strikes me as... I don't know. This seems like another European or South American type of person. Quick, quick. The train is on time. Hurry up, Anatoly. I want a seat by the window. That's how you know. That's how you know it's a European right there. Who is saying this to Anatoly? I don't know. Oh, know why else? Look at it. It's called French Train, maybe. And it's like some French-sounded name. Where's the train, please? Underneath. Who is this? There's no name attached to this. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm not even focused in. So this is by permission, FRP Incorporated. So this is their, you know, is that syndication? Like when you go and you print something, reprint it. I don't know. I said I don't care if it does reduce the rent. Like these jokes, they slay in France. The station is 10 minutes late. I mean, the jokes are the least interesting part of this. The illustrations are just like, I don't know. There's something kind of childlike about them. Like, I don't know. But they're done very well. Yeah, this is strange stuff. Okay. Walnuts. Walnuts. By Jack Hall. And tell me, Howard, did you ever think of using lanolin? Holy cow, Marvin, why didn't you tell me it was a costume party? So, maybe it's just photographic humor with people that I hate. There we go. Nuts was a Bantam Books paperback. Okay. Kurtzman would reprint 19th century public domain cartoons due to being a fan years before there was a fan base. And the second reason was also due to strict time and budget. All right. Okay, that makes sense. So, like, this is maybe very outdated, or something that he saw that was from Europe and he said, hey, maybe we should just reprint it. All right. Is it any wonder why there's so much unemployment? The matches say to the lighter. Fun fact, the lighter came first. Lighters were invented before matches. You know, Mildred, I still haven't gotten over the Christmas party. And it's a broken ornament. But how do we know if you're really the shadow? That's funny. I like that. Somehow I get the feeling I need a vacation. He's bent out of shape. I feel like it would be better if it was switched, right? Like two curvy ones, like they're like loose and limber. I don't know. Let's face it, honey, we were never meant for the advertising business. I think like one of the things that New York publications get wrong with their humor is jokes about the advertising world, because New York was like the center of the advertising world, and they're in New York, so they think that that experience is somehow universal, but it's not. Nobody cares about jokes about advertising. I mean, like, call out advertisers. That people enjoy that, but it's not like that was something that a lot of people understood. I do love this illustration. We were spies in a ladies' Turkish bath by Susan Pearl and Gloria Steinem. Unbeknownst to us. Unbeknownst to most of us, there are exclusive shops where women who can afford it go for beautifying. For years, we've wondered what a full day in these top-secret pink velvet jungles is like. Well, here is the confidential report of our agent, Susan Pearl, famous artist, and X9 Steinem, assistant editor, who invaded the Fifth Avenue headquarters of a famous international beauty ring, which our lawyer tells us must be nameless, and recorded its secret rights. Who is the artist for this? Oh, is it Susan Pearl? Is this the artwork of Susan Pearl, presumably? We arrive at blank. I got to zoom in on these. This is fun. We arrive at blank, feeling ugly enough. Seeing their staff enhances the effect. Can you separate the patrons from the employees? Look at there they are watching. I love this artwork though. You know, these like severe faces. It, dare I say, this is Bergian. This is some Bergian illustrations. Ladies from a variety of high stations arrive. Distinctions are left in the dressing rooms. Truth is the great leveler. Things that seem bizarre to us are commonplace to the blasé staff. Oh, I love the representation of these two girls, like sheepishly cowering. Foremost in the treatment is consideration and politeness. All activities are accompanied by patience and politeness. Throughout, we are treated with the ultimate in politeness. Until they discover we are taking notes for our magazine. Oh my goodness. We were given our showers and thrown out. We emerged onto cold Fifth Avenue, dripping wet, hopping mad, and worldly wise. And when we entered the plush and shiny interior of another international beauty ring a few doors down, we hid the sketch pad. The following sketches were made from mental notes. Here is how Mrs. Smith spends the day at blank. All right, let's see. Berg-esque. I like Bergian, though. It just sounds, Bergian sounds better. I was a fan of Mad Men because I grew up reading reprints of Mad and Cracked and had all the Madison Avenue jokes. Yeah, that is a good point. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I accept your I accept your point. Um, yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe I just don't give a shit about it though. Ballyhoo would do the same thing in the 30s. Random facts and IQ aren't correlated. It's a trivial pursuit. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. And Sketchy Works. Listen, at least we're in the same boat, okay? Mrs. Smith arrives looking like this. Gets a steam bath. Is massaged. Has a bath. These illustrations are just killing me, dude. An hour-long facial. Some et ceteras. Spends the afternoon under the dryer. And comes out like this. But that we were beautiful when we came out was not nearly as important as that we felt beautiful. And now, should we meet him at the plaza? Spend the evening at the theater, drinks later at 21. And do you know what we did? This blanking article. I love that. So there's Gloria typing away. And there's, what was the other lady's name? Susan Pearl. There's Susan Pearl drawing away these illustrations. These amazing illustrations. It was a slow start, guys, but I'm really coming around on this. I'm really coming around on help. Inaugural week photos. Our own collection of views. Make mine medium rare. That's my John F. Kennedy, my Jack Kennedy impression. All right. It's easy to criticize. The stapler goes with me. Who needs it? Yeah, that's funny, guys. A story to make your hair stand on end by Karen something or other. 1860. Here we go. This is another one. Yeah, this is certainly more racy in a lot of ways than Mad Magazine, for sure. But I don't have any issues with Trump or anything, so or humbug. So I can't compare them. I'll take your word for that. But here's another old one. Repurposed. I want a hair curl, something in style. A morning paper. You know, it's hold on. It's interesting. I mean, like illustrations like this, 1890. It's like timeless, right? This is fantastic because it's like this could be now, and it's just like there's nothing that keeps it from being, I don't know, humorous, I guess. But I think that's like one thing that cartoons and comics have over like written language, like the dialects of the time don't translate nearly as well, at least in my estimation. Like you can usually pinpoint, like Dickens writes in a very specific way. Hemingway writes in a very specific way, and the languages that they use are totally different. 3 hair curls for the monsieur. 3. Oh. I don't understand the joke. I don't get that joke at all. If somebody could like elucidate here, I got to go back. Like, geez Louise. Okay, sits down, gets a paper, starts reading it. He says, oh, oh, oh. Oh, I get it. I get it. The story he was reading. The story he was reading. Okay. It made his hair stand on end. Okay. Cartoonist Kayfabe has a YouTube. On YouTube has a great Trump video where if they flip through the entire 3 issues. That's got to be awesome. They put out so much good stuff. I don't watch all of their videos, but that's the channel, man. They're like, and what's great about that is like, I mean, I should never flip through Trump and talk about it because they are like so knowledgeable, and they also have like such skills. They're able to like bring so much more to the table when they go through comic books. It is something to behold, that's for sure. Me, I'm just like some guy. I'm just some guy in a basement. But yeah. Kingston Clark, thanks so much for stopping by, bro. It's great to see you. Have a good evening. I saw that video. Yeah. If you guys don't know, Cartoonist Kayfabe is the name of the channel. It's Ed Piskor and Jim Rugg, and it's awesome. And if you see a video of theirs and you're like, I'm not into that type of comic, wait, because they'll do something that you are into if you like comics and cartooning. I knew it. They're frauds. Cartoonist Kayfabe is frauds. Thank you guys for helping me get to the bottom of this. But how do I know it's mine and not Gary Crosby's? All right, that's pretty good. Double Agent K9, a science fiction tale adapted from a short story by Jan Kindler. Oh my God, this is really long. And this is this is Paul Coker, right? It sure looks like him. It's got to be. Yeah, Paul Coker Jr. There we go. And this is something I've said this many, many times. Paul Coker Jr., his best work is when it's confined to panels. A few times Matt has been like, do a splash page, or like, do a whole like double spread, and then, we'll fill in the jokes and all of that. And it's like, his stuff does not work like that. It's so much better when he's confined because he gets so many more details, and it's a million times better. Here's Help's Public Gallery. You better start banning these guys, okay? This is getting out of hand. I'm joking. Don't ban them. It's a collected Trump hardcover book with the 2 issues and the incomplete 3rd issue. That's what I should do. I should just buy that. And then I don't have to try to find the issues, because I think they're spendy. We welcome contributions to this feature. Help will pay a munificent $5 for every snide cartoon used. Mail submissions to Help. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. So maybe if you're not if you're not like a working professional, or you just want to get your foot in the door, be like, yeah, I've been published in Help. Look at this. Demir comes with all the facts. Famed underground cartoonist Robert Crumb ended up getting recruited to Help due to submitting a Fritz the Cat cartoon in the magazine's public gallery section. That's pretty cool. Here we have, I don't know, who is this guy? Well, I like that. It is built to last. A House of Cards. It's something Lee. It's someone that looks like Verily or something. And then this is Dean. Boom. Oh. This is good to know. I'll check that out. is the invention of golf. And look I'm zoomed so far out, you guys can't even appreciate this. So look at this poor caveman. He goes to pick up this gal. As cavemen, this is, I think, historically how it was done. He swings, he hits the thing. And look at that. Golf was invented. I don't understand. This says Pelican, and then Rollins, then Texas Ranger. Oh, okay. I figured it out. So Pelican is the person who did it. That's their name. No, my children. Just a simple kiss. Look, Pancho, I shot a hole-in-one. Oh, my God. Clem says, to go inside Ma, I might make you sterile. Aha, Miss Malloy, touche, touche, touche. Robert Elliott, this is lovely. Whoa, this is trippy. So he's sipping out of the bottle, and then as he becomes filled with the alcohol, he turns into the bottle. That's pretty cool. I like that one. I mean, this is like, I wonder if this kind of goes into the, oh, Christ. The thing in the Wikipedia article said that it was chronically underfunded. And I feel like maybe this was born out of that lack of funding, where they're like, just send stuff in, we'll give you $5, we'll print it. Yeah. If the South had won the war. I don't know if I want to read those. Touched with fire. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is Ray Bradbury. Just like a little short story, touched with fire. I don't think I've read that one. Or is it... Or is it an excerpt from a book? Someone really gave you a bum steer. It's way down there by the Ferris wheel. Oh, so the whole thing is like, the whole story is broken up then with some of these. That is pretty cool, though, that they... published originally under the title Shopping for Death, reprinted by permission of the author and Harold Matson Company. Shopping for Death. That's very interesting. I'm going to check that out. Here's Help Satire Shop. That's so bizarre. Oh, look at this. Oh, cool. It's like a box. It's a magazine box. That's very cool. I like that. Brand X cigarettes. $1,000 cash and $3 bills. Is this stuff real? Oh, look at Son of Mad Libs. Books to make you laugh by Harvey Kurtzman's Jungle Book. Humbug. Steve Allen's Bop Fables. Oh, that's really cool. Then Offbeat Records. Bob and Ray. Were Bob and Ray always old? Is that what the deal was? Help. She wants the April issue. Get help delivered. This lady went down to the corner to buy help. Suddenly, there was a downpour, and look what happened. You can receive help through the mail by subscription. And as a bonus, to the first 1 million people who subscribe, we're giving away copies of editor Harvey Kurtzman's Jungle Book. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never read Jungle Book. Is that any good? Help for tired minds. See page 9. I enjoy this. Oh, look at it. Somebody already answered my question. Jungle Book is a masterpiece. Spy Magazine. That's another, I've heard of Spy Magazine. I think Spy Magazine had a really, I mean, didn't that like survive into the modern age? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know more than I know. It's part of Kitchen Sink's Essential Kurtzman series. Who is Kitchen Sinks? Why kill yourself? Exactly. Now I got to Google Kitchen Sinks. Hold on. Harvey Kurtzman's Jungle Book. Well, I guess that sort of answers my question of, you know, this being advertised as Harvey Kurtzman's help. I mean, if preceding this, he had the book Harvey Kurtzman's Jungle Book, right? That kind of tells you something. So he was probably just a brand unto himself. What is it? Look at this. I guess I better buy this. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this out, guys. Probably not on a stream. This went much faster than I predicted it going. I do have this, but I'm thinking maybe the stream will be cut a little short. After I say that, I'm going to wait a little while longer. I'm not just going to dip out just in case people have questions or thoughts. Before I head out, you can leave those comments in the chat right now. I first learned about Help because of Terry Gilliam's Fumetti starring John Cleese. I'm open to the Fumetti, and I'm probably going to read this evening before I go to bed, and kind of explore that Fumetti a little bit more. I don't know that I gave it a fair shake, but it's kind of hard to give a fair shake, you know, on first blush when you're just presenting it on the internet as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I would like to see Terry Gilliam stuff, his hand in that. I'm curious as to when he joined, right? So if that was Steinem, when was Gilliam's reign? Presumably later. That was issue 9 and she was involved. Why don't you throw on that delightful Spy versus Spy game? To be honest, I don't know if I can ever play that game again. That last level was it was too much for me to bear, I think. As we start winding down, I will say this. Please consider hitting that thumbs up button on this video. If you're here, if you're a returning customer, if you were here maybe watching one of my other videos, Mad News, for example, Max Korn, and you're here again, consider hitting subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if even that, you're like, wait, I need more. Well, you can always go to patreon.com/flippinthrough and get a 6 set of stickers. All right, all the patrons, regardless of how much you pledge to give, will get stickers, as well as some Mad cards, trading cards from this, either Mad from Lime Rock or Mad 2, the sequel. I have lots of them. So I'm keeping like one complete set for myself and getting rid of the rest. Otherwise, wait, there's another comment. It's frustrating that you can't seem to buy issues of Help reprints anywhere, but I have found some on the Internet Archive. Yeah, I mean, that's like, I feel like it's hard to, things like the Internet Archive, and there are a few other websites too for basically, I guess you would call it piracy. It's hard to begrudge them, especially when it's something like Mad Magazine where you can't get certain issues reprinted, or, if you're buying them, you're just buying them from somebody else. It's not like you're taking money from Mad Magazine. I am anti-piracy in that sense, where I think that if you enjoy something and you want more of it, you need to support it. But if you can't find it, and there's not it's almost like old Nintendo games, right? Like, okay, I'll just pirate the old Nintendo game, because what's the other choice? I buy it marked up from GameStop. It's like, well, Nintendo doesn't see that. So I guess morally it is admittedly a gray area, but I feel fairly comfortable in that gray area from time to time. So yeah, the internet has been a blessing in respect to things like that. With that, it's been an hour and 13-minute stream. Apologize for the briefness of this one, but I will make it up next Friday when we return. What am I going to be up to next Friday? I have no idea, but you can always feel free to drop by the Facebook group. If you go to flippinthrough.com, you can see things like this, where you can go to the Patreon, you can go to Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and the Facebook group. That links directly to the Facebook group. Drop in there. You can leave messages. You can post stuff there. And yeah, so with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me get to the thing so that when I say toodaloo, it will work. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.